Hola, hola, hola. Today, I want to share with you under this title. As the children of God, we must use our different talent to take what belongs to us. The story of Gideon from the book of Judges chapter 7, it gives us a good picture because the Midianites were taking the riches of the Israelites. Today, there are people who have taken what belongs to us as the children of God. But the book of Judges chapter 7, it gives us a strategy that we must use to take what belongs to us. Now, look at the picture that the Bible is giving us here. The people who qualify to go with Gideon to the battle. God said, take the men with you to the river, separate them into groups. The one who kneel down and bend over, drink water with their mouth, send them back home, because when they drink water, they forget about their enemy. This is a kind of people, when they do something, they focus on one thing. They forget that there are other things that they need to do to balance their life. If they are talented on playing keyboard, they will forget that they need to pray and read the word of God to balance their life. If they are gifted on running business, they forget that they need to communicate with God to balance their life. They are focusing on one thing. People who qualify to go with Gideon to the battle are the people who were drinking water with their hands and looking around if their enemy they're showing up or not. They were not focusing on one thing. This is a kind of people who are using different talent. They can play a keyboard, again they can pray and read the word of God. They can play drums, again they can lead the intercession. They can run business and able to hear the voice of God. As the children of God, we must use our different talent to take what belongs to us. David is a good example. He was playing a harp and he was reading the word of God. He was a dancer who was filled with the word of God. He was a soldier who could hear the voice of God because he was not focusing on one talent. He used a different talent that God has given him to take what belonged to him. Even Solomon is a good example. He was running business and able to hear the voice of God. People from different countries were coming to listen to his wisdom. He was a writer of songs. He was a judge. He was a king. He was not focusing on one talent. He used different talent to take what belonged to him. As the children of God, we must use a different talent that God has given us to take what belongs to us.